Hello again. This video is a follow-up to the first impressions of the Bronica video that I did a few weeks ago, and since that time I've put a couple of rolls through this camera. The first two, everything worked fine, everything came out okay, and I was pretty happy with some of the shots. It was great because I'd never used medium format before, so for all the shots to work out and come through okay, showed that everything was working fine, nothing wrong with the camera, and also that I could actually take a shot that worked reasonably well. Now, the third roll of film that I put through, I had since acquired, in between the first two rolls and that one, I'd since acquired this metered prism. Before that, I had been relying on the waist level viewfinder which came with the camera, and I quite liked using that, no problem, apart from the fact that it has no light meter in it, and I don't have an external light meter. So in order to work out the correct exposures, I was relying on the light meter inside my DSLR. So to take a photograph, I'm essentially using two cameras at once. One, to gauge the correct exposure, and two, to take the actual image. Which is fine, you know, no problem. But I was thinking more along the lines of later down the road. I take a lot of photos during the Edinburgh Fringe, for example, or street photography in general. I think for sort of street stuff, candid, the waist level viewfinder might actually be quite good. Because you're looking down, it's maybe less obvious that you're taking photographs of people and things like that, which could be an advantage, but the disadvantage is that I would have to have another camera or another way to be able to gauge the correct exposure. So thinking about all that, and especially you know, portraits of performers and people during the Fringe, I thought, well, a metered prism would be the way to go. It'd just be more efficient, faster, be less cumbersome, all that kind of thing. But I encountered a slight problem, which is that the shutter here, in order to activate the light meter inside the prism and gauge the correct exposure, you have to press the shutter, which is what you would normally do with your DSLR, for example. But this seemed quite sensitive, so what was happening was I was actually tripping the shutter and taking a shot before I was ready. And so on the third roll that I put through, which was black and white, I think, you know, I've ruined a couple of frames. And in medium format spools, you only get 12 frames per roll of film. So pretty much that one roll looks like it'll be a dud. There might be two, maybe three images on it, and obviously it costs money to A, buy the film, and B, to get it developed. I'm not developing it myself because I don't have the facilities for that. So without further ado, here's a couple of shots that I quite like from the first couple of rolls that I put through the Bronica.